Oh, and honey, these are just the dark phrases of womanhood. You never haven't been a girl, you have no scattered, no tune, no rhythm. Baby, you got to strum after falling over another black girl's shoulder. It's funny, the melodylessness of your dance, baby. You don't tell nobody, because baby, you've been dancing on beer cans and shingles. Baby, you think this is the spook house, another song with no singers, no rhythm, and no tune. Baby, you've been dead for so long. Honey, you've been closed in silence for so long. You don't know the sound of your own voice, of your infinite beauty. Baby, we gotta dance to keep from crying. We gotta dance to keep from dying. I found God in myself, and I loved her. I loved her fiercely. One out of every 3 women experience domestic violence in their life. This is only exemplified in a black community. Colored girls who have experienced this, who considered suicide when the rainbow just wasn't enough, by the talkie shame. People always think that if they're your friend, you meant for it to happen. A misunderstanding. You know, sometimes these things just occur. Thank you. Have you been drinking? A rapist is always to be a stranger, to be legitimate. Someone I never saw. A man with obvious problems. Pin-ups attached to the inside of his lapels. Porno ticket stubs in his pocket. A strong mother. Or just a brutal virgin. But if I've ever danced when danced with him, kissed it goodbye lightly with my mouth closed, pressing charges will be as hard as keeping my legs closed while 5 fools try to run a train on me. Oh, honey. What I don't need is any more apologies. I got sorry greeting me at my front door. Well, baby, you can keep yours, because I don't use those anymore. See, sorry. Sorry don't close doors. Sorry don't bring the sun back, baby. Sorry don't make me happy. I'm going to tack signs on my door, leave a message by the phone, baby. If you call to say you're sorry, well, honey, you better call somebody else. Because I don't use those anymore. I let sorry. I didn't mean to. How could I have known about that? Take a walk down a dark and musty street in Brooklyn. See, I'm going to do exactly what I want. I will not call. I will not be nice. And I will scream and I will holler. And I ain't going to be sorry for none of it. Baby, I loved you on purpose. I had convinced myself colored girls had no right to sorrow. I had lived and I loved this way. I kept sorrow to the curb, allegedly for you, but I know I did it for myself. Because I couldn't stand being sorrowful and colored at the same time. Oh, and honey, the hurt that you gave me, I couldn't dance out of that into oblivion, baby. No. And I wanted to die like a lily in the desert. And I couldn't tell you because, baby, I didn't know. And this is what I got for you. I've got poems. I've got big thighs, and I have so much love. Baby, my love is too delicate. My love is too sanctified. My love is too beautiful. My love is too Saturday night. My love is too complicated. I want my love to be like magic. Mom, I want my love to be like music. When I got pregnant and Bo almost beat me to death, I told him. Still, I went ahead and had a baby. Now I got 2 little kids. One on my own and a boy, Akiyaa. One day, Bo came in blasted, get to beating me with the chair and stuff. Couldn't do no more with the table and chair, so he went and grabbed the high chair with my little baby, Akiyaa. And he's beating me with it, and he's beating me with it. Finally, some sense get into him, and he leaves. He comes back pounding at the door later, asking me to marry him. Please, just leave. Leave us alone. Oh, Willie, you leave us alone. And he busts down the door, and I grab up my little boy. And I put my little girl behind me, and I tell him, Bo, Willie, you get out of here, you fool. Get out of here. We don't want you here anymore. I'm going to call the police, and I swear if you don't leave, I'll kill you. I swear I'll kill you. Do you want our little baby to get brain damage? And he motions for my girl Naomi, and I feel her push away. And I just stare at him like he's a leper or something. And I feel Naomi push away and run to her daddy, screaming, Daddy! Daddy! Please come back, Dad. But you gotta be nice, cause Mommy, she loves you. But you gotta be nice to her. And he sits her down on his knee, and they're playing, and he's playing with her pigtails, and counting fingers and toes, and every so often he looks over at me, holding Guam like a statue. He says to me, Baby, you see, I can be a good father. Now let me see my son. And I just stand there, still. And he coaxes me, and he coaxes me, telling me I'm still a hot little thing, and pretty and strong. Honey Boo Willie oozed kindness, and I, who had known so little, I let him hold my baby. And as soon as that baby was out of my arms, Bo Willie runs to the window, and he opens it, and he's holding my kids over the edge, screaming about how I need to marry him. Baby, I'll marry you anything. Anything, please. Just bring my kids back. Just bring my kids back in. And he gets all nervous. He starts sweating again, seeing all of the neighbors screaming at him. And he tells me to tell them that I'm going to marry him. And I go and I stand by Bo, with Naomi reaching for me and my little baby Kwan, screaming, Mommy, Mommy. But I could only whisper. And he let me go. Tubes, tables, whitewashed windows, grime from age wiped over once, legs closed, anxious. Metal horses gnawed my wound, and mice fall from my mouth. I didn't think that I could do this. I didn't mean to. I just couldn't have all of those people staring at me pregnant. I couldn't have my friends see this dying dangling between my legs. And I didn't say a thing, not a sigh or a fast scream, to get those eyes off of me, to get them steel rods out of me. This hurts. This hurts me. And nobody should have showed up because nobody knew. I was walking the boarding house one night when I saw the ghost of a woman who was missing what I had been missing. I wanted to jump up out of my bones and be done with myself. So I stood there, and I fell into a numbness until the only tree that I could see took me up in the breeze and made me dawn dew with a chill at daybreak. The sun wrapped around me with rose light. The sky laid over me like a million men. I was cold. I was burning up, a child of endlessly weaving garments for the moon with my tears. And I found God in myself that night. I found God and I loved her. I loved her fiercely. And maybe this is for the colored girls who considered suicide when the rainbow just wasn't enough.